Hey, everybody out there. Welcome back to episode something, I don't know. Casual conversations with the homies. We got Tito, Raymir, Guru, Raymir, Tito, Raymir, Tito, Guru, Raymir, Guru, Tito, Guru, Raymir, Tito. Nah, us three. And we're back. Guru, how you doing?
Doing great, fellas. How y'all doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Tito, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. Just chilling, hanging out. You know.
Just chilling. Yeah, I'm good, man. It's Friday, so work is over. Work week for me. Well, I have to work on a video this weekend. Actually, it's gonna be my last time, I think. So it's good. But other than that, yeah, man, it's a lot of sporting stuff been happening this week. A lot of news, a lot of news. We got the. Let's talk about the college playoff championship game. Alabama. Somebody else. We had one lone person on the show who picked Ohio State to win big, and that one person was wrong. So, Guru, I'm gonna let you get first dibs before we tear you a new one.
I just felt like, Alabama was a good team. They didn't seem to have an answer for Devontae Smith. I've never seen a receiver get off like that. They couldn't jam him at the line of scrimmage, and it seemed like once he got out into his route, he was already by everybody. Just his performance alone was enough to just devastate Ohio State. Wouldn't matter what they done.
Yeah, I agree. Tito, what did you see?
Yeah, man. I mean, Alabama just showed that they were Alabama. They had offensive weapons galore. You know, Devontae Smith, Heisman Trophy winner, went ham. The running back, Bay Area local, Harris, um, did his thing as well. In defense, I thought it was going to be a little bit more of a shootout. I thought Ohio State could keep it a little bit close. But yeah, man, Alabama was in full display, man. Um, and yeah, Ohio State had no answers for them.
Yeah, Alabama's gonna just be Alabama. At this point, we just have to assume Nick Saban's team's gonna be well coached, the best players in America when it comes to that age group, and this is what they do. I don't know, Guru. I have to see them lose, and candidly, for me not to pick them, but they just seem like they look like they can beat the Jets right now. So
I wouldn't go that far, but they were pretty damn impressive.
all right, so quick hits. So what do you think the draft implications for Justin Fields is since he lost that game?
Well, I don't personally think that they should drop, but like the draft does, they're always going to downgrade the black quarterback. They're always going to find something wrong with him, whether it be the food he eats or maybe he hangs out with his friends too much. He's done enough to show me that he's a great quarterback. And you know what? It doesn't really matter where he gets drafted. He's going to get drafted by the team who wants him, and he's going to thrive. But as far as his draft status, I don't feel like he's going to drop, but I feel like he is. There's going to be stuff out there like with Lamar Jackson. He's going to fall somewhere towards the end, and then someone's going to swoop him up, and he's going to, light people up like Lamar Jackson is doing. And I said he would do.
Um, yeah, you know what, Guru, I disagree with you in a little bit. I don't think he's gonna fall that far. I think I think he lost to Alabama. Alabama's a great team, and then just looking at the NFL and the way the NFL is going, it's just kind of going in this way of the style he plays. So if he just impresses in the offseason, does the combine right, and do his things, I think he'll be fine. And if he falls, the NFL shows that, like you said, once you get picked up by a team, you have an opportunity to play. You just play. And I think in the NFL, if he falls, I mean, technically he will have more help, more weapons to the team he goes to. But I think he's fine. The way the NFL is going and how it's turning out, I think he'd be all right. He lost to Alabama. To me, he had no. I said it last week. He has no chance of winning that game. I don't care what he did against Clemson. They're not Alabama. Alabama just look like they just get the cream of the crop. Like it's lightweight cheating, but You know, it is what it is. Go ahead, Tito.
Yeah, I mean, he still beat Clemson, right? And I mean, they were definitely a favorite there, and he showed up. If he does fall, it's probably going to be because of the NFL, the scouts, everything that they put a lot of thought and effort into what kind of like a person like McShay, says out there, but he should still be the number two pick in my eyes. If he falls, I mean, I see him probably falling maybe to like no later than pick 13. But if he's available after the top five, I guarantee you there's going to be some movement in the draft because he definitely is a talent. Yeah, he should be number two, but I don't see him. I don't see him falling all the way out that long.
Yeah, I don't. So what do I think was what do you think about Mac Jones?
I personally think he looks fantastic. I mean, we can say it's the talent around him like we did about other Alabama quarterbacks, but I didn't see that in him. The way the camera angles show the games today, they were able to give that good back view. And you can see, as a former quarterback, I can see the velocity off his ball. I can see him throwing it into like really tight windows. Mm-hmm. And that's what you need at the NFL level. I think he's going to be a high pick. It just shows that if he has enough talent around him, he can elevate a team. He can elevate a team because he has the arm and he has the smart. I really like him.
Yeah, I think he elevated his status. Devontae Smith going out the game, actually, I think is better for him because he still played good. So.
Yeah, I mean, he was putting the ball where it needed to be. There was definitely no bad throws. There was definitely, definitely you have athletes on that team. You have studs, even Devontae Smith, right? But it's like, even those throws made it look easy to me. Like it wasn't something out of the norm where like Devontae Smith did something super, super incredible. Like he went out there and balled out like he should. But Jones definitely was placing it where it needed to be and was doing the right thing. Kind of like no boneheaded mistakes or anything like that, getting fluttered for the moment. But I think you're right, Guru, that if you surround them around talent, he could be a nice addition to a team. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I know that he just declared for the draft, so there's just more people there, more quarterbacks for the debate, right?
Yeah. All right, so the college football season is over. We got to cancel the show. No, I'm joking. Yeah, the college football season is over, but let's talk about the NBA right now because, it happened. James Harden went to another team. I didn't like the comments he said after that loss against the Lakers, but we don't have to go into that. Dang it. All right, it's okay. I will let y'all go ahead. Talk about James Harden for like two seconds. Go ahead, Guru. You first.
You gotta love him. I mean, hey, the man is being he's being as diplomatic as he can without trying to sound like a jerk. But he is a superstar, and look, they have bad blood there, and I feel like it's great entertainment for the NBA. Stay tuned.
Tito.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he should have played a game for them. I know that we talked about it. Like I know that we were talking about it at the beginning. At several shows. Rockets could have waited to had the upper hand here or anything like that. I mean, I think he still went to the team that he wanted to go to. But I mean, at a king's ransom. I mean, definitely they you lose a player like Harden and it's like it's hard, right? Because it's like you just gave up somebody of that caliber. But the way he was acting, like even after that press conference, I mean that press conference definitely didn't do him good. In my eyes, like I'm team Boogie Cousins here, man. Like he was already disrespectful. Like just the way he was acting in game, like not really wanting to show up. I mean, borderline what Kyrie's kind of doing, right? And it's like I know that we're talking Kyrie next, but it definitely is one of those things where it's like Harden knew he wanted out, had said something. it was going to be toxic from the get go, man.
Yeah, you're right, man. I don't know. James Harden, I don't like the way he played that. To me, I'm not a big fan of that situation. I almost said I'm not a big fan of Harden, but we all know that's a lie. But we'll see, man. It's either win or bust. But going on to, well, one more thing about the Rockets. The Rockets got a lot in return. I know draft picks in the NBA are kind of like, but if they can make a hit or miss with the team they have, because if these guys can play healthy, they're pretty good, man. Victor Oladipo ain't no slouch when healthy. And, you got John Wall looking okay. He's getting back into form. If Boogie can come around. And who's that guy what's that guy's name? Number 35 that's blowing up right now.
Christian Wood?
Yeah, man. F that guy. He gonna
Why?
Because you see that thing where Shaq was like, hey, Christian, you've been balling out. I'm sorry I wasn't so familiar with your, his work, right? And he called Shaq a casual. Shaq don't really watch basketball. He's just a casual basketball fan. It's like, you've been on 6 teams in 6 years, dog. You ain't like a superstar in the league. Relax. And then the first thing Shaq opened with is, I'm sorry, I apologize. Why? What's the, now you done lost a potential fan you could have had in me, but it's fine. It's over for the Rockets. I don't even care about them anymore. I want them to do good, though. I'm a big Victor Oladipo fan. He's a fellow Nigerian guy, so I'm always rooting for him, but they should be all right if they at healthy. But let's talk about the team ability, team cancer, team every. I've been warning about this guy for years. For at least we've been doing this show for almost a year now. I've been trashing this dude for ever since he left Cleveland. I've been off the train. But Kyrie, man, Kyrie has to pay $50K and then $800K. He's gonna lose on $800K for partying in New Jersey this past weekend. I think it was his sister and his dad birthday celebration. And he's just doing what he wants to do. And I will say this, I understand it comes a time in any type of job you have to where you want to take some time off. You don't play for Doc Rivers. You can't do that just yet. You got to play the games. And I don't know. He's always saying things and doing things that kind of would destroy his team. I'm going to let you go first, Tito, on this one. What do you think about Kyrie and the Nets situation?
I mean, there's reports that he wants to come back, right? I mean, I think he's on COVID protocol, he's not going to play to the end of the weekend. But, I mean, now he wants to come back because of the trade possibly or whatnot? I mean, even the GM, right? Sean Marks, I think it's Sean Marks. I know it's Marks, but I'm not too sure if it's Sean. Came out and said, something along the lines he wants to back the team, he wants to back the player, but that, he thinks that the personal reason why he's out needs to be a legit personal reason. I mean, it sounds like he didn't even have a proper excuse or reason as to why he was not playing. I mean, for all intents and purposes, I mean, Kyrie has definitely been Kyrie, right? He's kind of always done his own thing, kind of, had his own opinion and as you said, a cancer to some of the teams that he's on, or every team that he's been on. But yeah, man, I mean, if he's going to play, let him show up and play. I think it's going to be interesting. It sounds like there's definitely a little bit of a disconnect if the GM didn't even know, there's these reports saying he's not all in with with Nash. And see there, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they look into trading Kyrie. I mean, I don't know who would want to give anything for him, but it's one of those things where I think he needs to get back on the court in order to kind of shut all of us up, in my opinion.
Yeah, he has to do that. Go ahead, Guru.
I just think that, hey, it cost him $800,000. It was money well spent. And listen, I'm not sure what Kyrie's problem is. People didn't have too many good things to say about him when he was with the Celtics. And here he is in Brooklyn. He wanted to be in Brooklyn. He wanted KD to be in Brooklyn. Now they have the third piece that they want. I just hope this ends with a happy ending. And I'm pretty sure it will, being that it's the East. And my Wizards will have a tough time with him. But I think Brooklyn will still come out of the East and go to the finals. So at the end, I think all of it will be worth it at the end of the day. I hope it is for him.
Yeah, we'll see. To me, Kyrie Irving, he's not a professional. He hasn't been a professional since he was with Cleveland, and he just goes to show his unprofessionalism count time in and time out. He says the wrong things, he does the wrong things. I don't know what's up with that man. He truly makes his hardcore fans go through too much because he's with the antics and for what veil, man? Like, what's the reason? What was the reason? He's on a good team. James Harden is on his team now. KD is already on his team. The team is not good at defense at all. And they losing to these scrub teams because they're not playing defense. So at what point does KD be the team leader? Which KD's going to have to do, man. They need somebody to lead this team. And I think that's what this team is missing. They don't have a real stern, known head coach. I don't know. I think we said Nash could be a good coach, but we said that I for sure consensus was they probably might need a leader when they really have somebody like Kyrie on the team, and KD can be a leader, but I don't know. I don't see KD being that type because that's just never been his type of role when he plays basketball. He let guys do what they do, and he doesn't take anything personal or whatnot. Who's calling me?
Well, it better be his coach that needs to be the leader because that's who gets paid to lead them initially. So, yes, they do need a leader on the squad, and all three of them are veterans. But Steve Nash, it needs to start with him. And they wanted him as a coach. He needs to put his foot down and bring these guys together and cut all this foolishness out.
Yeah, I mean, I worry that they might be too small. I mean, they got these prolific scorers. I think they lost somebody that was kind of a glue guy, but can also put 20 and 10 on the board with somebody like LeVert. Even with Allen, just spreading the big bodies and banging up there, with some of the bigger teams. So I worry that they might be too small. I mean, I get, now that they have this trio, buyout players and stuff like that, in the middle of the season or, late in the season will probably want to join them. But it's going to be it's going to be very interesting to kind of see them play. Like, I would want to see, hopefully they can play some defense because if it was me, like, I wouldn't be worried about all three of them scoring 30 points a game. As long as I can, let them score their 90, as long as I can, score more than them. And I think that's the way to beat them. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. I mean, Nash does have his work cut out for him, but I think it's going to be more so on the players. I mean, it's going to be on KD. As Ramir, you were saying, somebody's going to have to be the leader of that squad and kind of, shut everybody up, in my opinion.
Yeah. We'll see who it be. I don't know if it could be anybody on that team right now, but I don't know. It's obviously NBA championship or bust. If they don't win, all the eyes are going to be on them because the Lakers still look pretty good. I don't know. The teams in the East don't look the best right now. Yeah, but all right. Any other basketball news before we move on to football?
Just
one more thing about the Houston Rockets. They have veterans in their prime. I don't know who their big man is, but John Wall spent many years with the Wizards. Boogie Cousins, who's coming off an injury, hopefully he's healthy now. You're getting Victor Oladipo. Houston's going to have to be competitive. I mean, they're not in a rebuild. So I expect big things for them. I expect them to at least be in the mix for a playoff spot with what's on their roster. And if it's not, then I guess we know that they're going to have to blow theirs up and do more trades. So that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah.
I mean, they could be. I mean, the only other big news out there is just games being suspended. Not having enough players due to COVID protocols and everything like that. So I mean, I haven't heard any talks of like bubble going back to a bubble or anything like that, but it's just, the season might be a little bit longer than they probably thought.
Yeah. Then like who just went down? Not the Sixers. Well, the Sixers been down. That's another team that just got infected, right? Who was it? Who's the team? Dang, I just read it. It's a team in the East. They said Carl Anthony Towns has it. Dang.
Minnesota, but they're in the West.
Yeah, it's the team in the East. Though. Hold on, let me.
I mean, Philadelphia, they were experiencing a few. Boston was experiencing a few. Miami was experiencing a few. So there's been a fair amount of teams actually that have been teetering with only suiting up like 8 or 9.
The Wizards. 6 Wizards test positive.
Oh, wow. They need to start imposing fines on players. Like, look, you go home, you have someone get your groceries. All of them can afford to do this. They need to tighten the restrictions or else this season is going to be a wash.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. So, somebody needs to go save Bradley Beal from the Wizards as well, though, man.
No one.
Well,
he ain't going nowhere.
He's taking us to the playoffs, getting us the 7th spot.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about NFL headlines. We got some coaching changes. Go ahead, Tito, you go first, and then Guru, you go second.
Definitely. I mean, coaching changes. I know. I mean, the big one that I'm excited for is actually the New York Jets hire, getting Robert Saleh, defensive coordinator for the 49ers. I think, the Jets, we've always talked about that the Jets have had like a pretty decent defense. They definitely play hard. It was weird though, like right before that hire, there was this report that I read on like they were kind of throwing Gase under the bus and finally, but saying that he wasn't cut out to do with the media with New York, like all the pressure that it comes with being in New York. I mean, everybody talks about the pressure, like the tabloid, the newspapers are going to jump on you and stuff like that, right? And they were saying they needed somebody to kind of handle all of that and manage the team and everything like that. And then, they hire. It was funny because everything was saying they're not going to go with Saleh because he's a defensive guy. But, I mean, he has connections. He definitely has, he's part of the ring of the Shanahans, the LaFleurs. Mm-hmm. He definitely, Sean McVay. So he definitely is well-known and well-rounded with numerous, head coaches already in the league. Mm-hmm. So I think that's going to be a really, really good hire, in my opinion. I mean, it's still the Jets, so we'll see what they do. But I think that was a pretty good one. But, yeah, I mean, what do you
think? You have Arthur Smith in Atlanta. I do not know a lot about him, but people speak highly of him. Also, getting back to Robert with the Jets, it was reported that he interviewed poorly with Detroit. Now, I don't know what you had. People are going to interview different. It's whatever. But I am glad that he landed with the Jets. I don't know if it's a big deal. He was the first Muslim. He's the first Muslim NFL coach to be allowed to be an NFL coach. So I'm glad that barrier has been broken. We still have a few spots open. The Chargers, the Houston Texans, the Detroit Lions. Not all of them have general managers in place, but we have Eric Bieniemy still on the market. And there's been some questions as to why Eric Bieniemy might get passed over or teams looking over him. And, look, he's had a little bit in his past where I think he had an incident 20 years ago where it was involving where he choked a lady or something. It's alleged. Or, just some stuff. It was that happened like 21 years ago. But I would imagine that it's nothing egregious. And if it was, he wouldn't be coaching for Andy Reid. I can tell you that. And he wouldn't have been lasting as the NFL head in this league for the past 20 years as a coach. if anyone has a problem with it. So I say that to say I hope that doesn't become an issue now, since he's been in the league for over 20 years. And if you want to count his playing career, besides a few stints at colleges, he was a running backs college at Colorado, then offensive coordinator a few years back before he came back to the NFL. I just hope that they look at his whole body of work and see that this man is very well qualified. And to me, he's really the hottest coaching candidate. It's Coach Adrian Peterson, Tyreek Hill, all those guys say what kind of a man he is. I hope he gets his opportunity, and I'm hearing some things as to he might not. So stay tuned with that.
Okay. Yeah, nobody mentioned Urban Meyer. Nobody. Not. What's up, y'all? Y'all don't want to talk about Urban Meyer at all?
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about him. This isn't, listen, let me just start and say this. It's not Ohio State. He doesn't have any advantage that any other NFL coach has.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, he has 187 and 32 record. That's astounding for a coach. I remember him back in 2001 when he was at Bowling Green, and he almost beat Wisconsin if it wasn't for his receivers dropping passes. His quarterback at that time, Amari Stoudemire, was decent. So, he was a great recruiter. He knows what kind of players he wants. It'll be interesting how it translates to the NFL. I believe that he can do it because, your record comes with you. And I feel like his record, look, he would have had more national championships had he still been coaching. They probably would have beaten Alabama. That's how good he is. But, look, he has his work cut out for him, but they have the Jaguars have a lot of cap space. They have the number 1 pick, and they have the number 7 pick. So he can get them together real fast. And in a division where, you have, the Texans are going to be losing Deshaun Watson, and the Colts don't know what they're doing at quarterback right now. He can come in this division and really win right away and be successful. So, he knows how to recruit free agents. So we'll see what he does. But I think that it's a good move. What a splash hire for Jacksonville.
Yeah, I mean, completely agree, Guru. I think he has a blank slate in Jacksonville. Like that owner definitely loves to throw money. At the same time, that they have a lot of cap space. I think I haven't seen the numbers of what they got. What they paid him. I'm pretty sure it was substantial. Just to get him out, because there's a lot of money in college football. We all know that. Because they don't pay the players. Pay the players once again. But in Jacksonville, he has that blank slate. Like, he definitely has a team that he can start building on his own technically. He has the number 1 pick. He has the number 7 pick. Like, hopefully there's guys out there that want to play for him. I mean, I'm pretty sure they already have their backup in Haskins going with them, but it is one of those things where it's a big name. Hopefully it transitions. There hasn't been like big success. I mean, we can say, Saban didn't have that success in the NFL, but at the same time, it was probably just because of the college. It's probably just how there's a lot more money and comfort. Yeah, how he feels a little bit more comfortable being around that environment. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a good hire for Jacksonville because Meyer is going to be able to kind of do his thing, kind of like what he did in college, like recruit, build the squad and take it from there. But we'll see.
How you gonna recruit in the NFL though? How can you tell players they need to come to Jacksonville? I don't see it. But
how can you recruit? I mean, players do it all the time,
but not,
so
they do it to
good
teams.
I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, I think they have one of the most valuable things that they do have right now is cap space, right? They're going to be able to pay players if they really want to go out there and get paid, At the same time, I mean, I know that we're at lockdown and we make fun of Florida, but I mean, Florida, to my understanding, is doing whatever they want to do and going about their normal days of life. And, it is what it is. I mean, sometimes players look into that stuff and want to do it. So I'm sure he'd be able to. I'm sure he'd be able to get a couple players that he has from Ohio State, from that are all really really close knit, that are proud to be where they came from and whatnot, where they went. I'm sure he's going to be able to get some guys that way that are say, hey, that's my coach. I want to go play for him. But you're right. It is going to be a little bit more difficult. It's not college, but I'm sure. I'm sure he's going to be able to get some, man.
Suck right now. All right, so enough about the NFL head coaches. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of the show. The NFL playoffs. Playoffs? Excuse me, I have to burp right there. Dang, that came at the wrong moment. But yeah, the NFL playoffs start tomorrow, man. I'm excited. You got 2 games Saturday, 2 games on Sunday. Where should we start it off? So let's start off with the Packers. I think the Packers are going to pull it off. You first, Guru.
Oh. All right. Well, I guess I will say I'm going to go with the Rams in an upset win over the Packers. I feel like you have the number 1 receiver versus the number 1 cornerback. Now, I don't know how much, Jalen's going to move with him, but at some point he's going to have to. And, it's going to be a good matchup. After you neutralize him, that's going to have to force Aaron Rodgers to do other things, other receivers to beat you. And the Rams secondary is very good. They're very good.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I kind of what's the line on that game? Juan?
So that one has Green Bay at 6.5. Minus 6.5, Green Bay.
Yeah, Jared Goff playing that defense. Part of me, a big part of me, want to go LA here. I don't know why. I don't know. Even though Jared Goff sucks, I just feel like the defense of the Rams, they playing out of this world. And when you got a stellar cornerback, that's what you have, And that's Jalen Ramsey. As much as I didn't like him when he first came into the league, because it's an interview where he's like, and he's doing too much smacks for me. So I'm like, I don't know, dude. But you know what I'm talking about? Where he's rolling his eyes? No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, but I'm gonna give it to the Packers here. I think they have the offensive firepower. I think they have the X factor, Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry, but Aaron Rodgers has kind of seen it and done his thing. Even if they lock down one person, I think he's going to be able to spread the ground. There's one thing that I've seen that I think is actually going to affect the Rams, and that's the cold weather as well. You're going cold weather in Green Bay. And it's like they're already talking about it. You don't know if Goff is 100% healthy. He didn't look 100% healthy. It was his hand.
Yeah.
There was reports of him throwing with a glove. So it's like I think that's going to pay dividends. That defense, though, Rams defense could win them that game. They're that good. I mean, we saw it last week, right? You guys, I think Ramir, you called it head on. But it's like they do have a stud defense, but to me, the X factor is the NFL MVP, Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers ain't no Russell Wilson. I'll tell you that right now. That's what I'm saying. We'll see, but to me, it's just the Packers, they always have a playoff meltdown. So that's what I got in my head right now. I think they should when they have all the players. Devontae Adams, the other guy with 2 last names. I can't think of his name.
Valdez-Scantling.
Yeah. And they have everything to win this game. So we'll see. To me, it'll be an interesting game. I'm looking forward to it. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams defense showed up and showed out. But again, I guess I have the Packers in this game because of the injury to Jared Goff. His thumb is huge. It was last week. Pause. All right. Next game. This might be the game of the weekend for me, though, I think. The Baltimore Ravens going to Buffalo. Another cold weather game. Tito, you first on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you guys the line. The line is -3 Buffalo. I mean, I'm a little torn here. Like to tell you the truth, I really am. I'm gonna go Buffalo. Um, I mean, Baltimore is balling out and doing their thing. They definitely beat Tennessee. Um, Lamar is playing like Lamar, but I think Buffalo has that next level. I think they can definitely show up and put points. They have a stud defense. They got Allen playing lights out. They got Diggs playing lights out. Like I think Buffalo has it here, man.
Yeah. I guess I'll go next. I'm torn on this game because of course I want to go Buffalo 100%, but then I'm starting to sit back and think about it. Like one thing about playoff football is who's playing the hottest and who's playing. Like these teams are both playing hot into the playoffs, but I seem like Buffalo's in their groove and Baltimore's in their groove. Josh Allen after the first quarter got in his groove. Lamar Jackson after the first quarter got in his groove, and I'm thinking this game might go to the wire, and I'm just. Part of me feel like it's just Lamar Jackson. He might pull it off if it's that type of game. Like, and no knocks against Josh Allen, but the defense, they have a handful, guarding. I mean, playing Lamar Jackson. Like, I think that might. If it's a close game, I got the Ravens. So I got the Ravens. I shouldn't even. But I want to because I've been riding the Josh Allen train all season. But yeah, the way the Baltimore Ravens looking, they looking on fire, man. They need to play Mark Ingram. That's what's making me mad. They play Mark Ingram and they win every single game. But anyway, go ahead, Guru.
I just want to have one question for you, Raymer. Who's your MVP?
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, okay. So who was it prior? Did you switch it up?
Huh?
I believe it was.
Nah, it was like I said. Josh Allen is playing MVP type level game right now. Anybody like Aaron Rodgers is gonna win because those stats are crazy. If you throw 50-something touchdowns and less than 10 interceptions, you deserve the MVP. But Josh Allen is playing good. They 13 and 3, I think maybe. So I don't know. And the defense, like I said. I don't know. I can't call. To be honest, I can't call this game. It can go either way. Now that you bring it up, Guru, why would I get off on a Buffalo train now when I've been riding it so hard? Pause. And I've been right. I haven't been wrong about him. But I just feel like some part of this maybe in this game. Now it's a cold weather. I don't know. Go ahead, Guru. I already said Baltimore. I can't go back. Go ahead, Guru.
So the real MVP is Lamar Jackson.
In the NFL?
He's going to show y'all. Yeah, right now.
MVP.
Yeah, Ravens. Maybe not the NFL, but he's certainly playing like an MVP. Like because Tennessee, they had their whole defensive scheme geared to stop him, and they had everything in place. But you know what made the difference? Lamar Jackson's move. You know what I'm saying? When he broke on that 50-something yard touchdown run. Everyone was kind of in play. Lanes were filled. Everyone was there supposed to be, or so they thought. But Lamar was able to go between the tackle and the guard and scoop. And I just think when this game is played tomorrow, it's going to be kind of the same thing. Okay, it's like pick your poison. Do you want to run? Do you want to come up on me? Okay, come up on me. I can throw. Oh, you stay back and you want to press me? Okay, I'm gonna go over top. I can throw. So, and then if you want to come too fast, I'm gonna run. So the defense is gonna be real tired. And then let's go to Baltimore's defense, right? They can stack. They can put 3 in the box and dare them to run. And Josh Allen, as good as he's been this year, he's gonna have some corners that can play. All right, Marcus Peters, one of the best cornerbacks in the league, all right? And you got Humphreys back there covering them. I just don't see how I don't think he's that good of a passer. I think he's been able to hit his targets real good because those receivers get nice separation. Let's see how he puts that ball on the money in tight coverage and the rush on him. So obviously Lamar Jackson is going to win this game. I mean, Josh Allen is not there quite yet. He is improved tenfold this year, but he's not on Lamar Jackson's level yet. He has a great supporting cast, and he'll need them to even stay in the game.
We'll see. We got some comments in here. Jose's in here. Jose says, he said earlier, he's talking about Aaron Rodgers, about how Aaron Rodgers spread the ball. Oh, but he said, but Rodgers always plays bad after a first-round bye. Yeah, Jose, that's what I'm saying. He might play bad. And then he has Buffalo. He says Buffalo wins by 12. Buffalo's D is going to shut Baltimore down. That's what's going to come down to, the defensive play. And sometimes the Ravens defense give up big plays. They kind of, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are similar type of players.
They're going to light his butt up.
They are similar type of players. So, it can go either way. All right. So next game. The next game, Sunday. Rolling over to Sunday, we have the Cleveland Browns versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I go first.
Yeah, I'll give you the line, though.
Yeah, give me the line.
Kansas City is minus 9.5.
9.5, take the points for sure. Because Cleveland is going to win this game, and if they lose this game, it's only going to be by 4 points. I don't know. To me, I haven't seen Kansas. Man, what am I talking about? Kansas City's going to lose. I ain't about to be rude. I ain't about to say they're going to win. Kansas City's going to lose. They've been winning all their games. Their last 6 games, they haven't won by more than 5 points. They playing slow. The defense of the Cleveland Browns is good. They found something in themselves last week. And they got the recipe, man. You run the ball with the two-headed running back. Kareem Hunt's play for his old team that kicks him out. He's going to want to play good. You got Chubby Boy over there playing crazy. And all Baker Mayfield has to do is just throw the ball at the right time to the right person, which he's capable of doing. I got the Cleveland Browns. I don't care. Let's go. They barely beat the Browns the first time.
Here, I'm going to piggyback, and I'm going to say I got the Browns here, too.
Let's go.
I could very well be eating my words here, but I think they have enough. I mean, Kansas City has shown that they can be beat. I mean, there have been times where they're just shown that they can't be beat. But they've had some games, that definitely, even that first game with them, they've had some games where it's like, if you prepare for them, they better be ready. They better be ready for a fight. At the same time, though, man, I mean, it does fall on Baker. Yes, he's playing well. I was hesitant to say well. I wanted to say okay. But it's going to fall on him. But I think, dude, that run game can definitely change the pace of the game. If you can keep Mahomes off of the field, which is what I think they can do with their run game, I think that's the recipe of beating them. And I smell an upset here.
Yeah, we have a comment from Matt Nagy, the head coach of the Bears. I'm pretty sure this is not. Well, that'd be funny if it really was him. But the person, Matt Nagy, says the better quarterback will win. Mahomes is better than Baker Mayfield, so he has KC. Go ahead, Guru.
I'm not buying it. Look, Cleveland is in the playoffs.
Why are you not buying, Guru? Go ahead.
I'm not buying it because, for one, I felt like, Pittsburgh really beat themselves. I mean, we talked about this last week. So I'm not going to give them that much credit because they gave them like 21, 28 points. That's not going to happen tomorrow. Sunday. What you're going to see Sunday is a track meet. And, yes, Cleveland can run the ball, but you know what? If I was Kansas City, I would blitz them. I would blitz him and force him into some bad throws. And if they want to do the draw play, I'll blitz and fill the gap, and have my safety come up. I think the game is going to be runaway. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to remind Cleveland that they should have took him number 1 instead of Myles Garrett. and I think that's going to be the reminder he's going to give them come Sunday.
Rapping Myles Garrett reminds them. Rapping Myles Garrett proves the point why he went number one on Sunday. I think this might be the game of the week right here, for sure.
It could be.
You better believe
you called Buffalo and and Baltimore, but it could be.
Oh yeah, but how fantastic would it be? Oh no, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. If people talked all that smack about that draft class, but those guys are proving pretty good. To me, out of all three, who's getting the highest money this offseason?
Deshaun Watson.
No. Out of Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, and Lamar Jackson.
If I'm Lamar Jackson, I'm waiting until the other two sign because he should get the most. He's accomplished the most. You know, he's certainly shown that. You know, without him, they were like Joe Flacco. Imagine if they didn't have Lamar Jackson, right?
They have a whole new coaching staff right now.
Yeah. Baltimore takes care of their players, though. I think he's going to get paid for sure.
Yeah, we'll see, though. He has to wait, though.
Yeah. I want to wait till after they pay Baker. I'm not even going to discuss the extension with him. He's got to win tomorrow. If he wins tomorrow, then yeah. If he don't win tomorrow,
he can win this weekend, Guru. So to me, all three of these guys are paid. Well, Baker, Baker, he has to win though. I agree with you there, Guru. If Baker don't win this game, I wouldn't give him an extension. But Josh Allen is for sure going to get paid by Buffalo because they haven't had a quarterback in forever. And Lamar Jackson is literally saving the whole franchise from Baltimore because Baltimore was on the cusp of obscurity and getting but they just put him in and he just kept winning that first year. So, you see my shirt? But yeah. So, all right, last game. So for refresh, Cleveland, KC, Guru.
Oh, it's KC all day.
Yeah, Guru, you've been like the odd man out, so I'm like hoping this is like a thing for the GRT Sports Casual Conversations with the homies, and you're wrong again. But all right, last but not least, the last game. Dang, we about to get out of here on time. Game of the week again. All these, you know what? Let's just take a quick break right now. These games are pretty good. The weakest game on paper, not weakest game, but the game you might want to skip is the Packers versus the Rams, and that might be a good game. Like, the NFL has done it. That's why NFL is king, because, even though Tom Brady's on a new team, I would say, you always get Tom Brady in the playoffs, but they give you matchups, and it's always something new with something that's going on. Like, it's exciting. New teams, new coaches, new quarterbacks. You see the old quarterbacks. You see the change into the young quarterbacks. Pretty good. So now we're going to get to the oldest quarterbacks, the eldest quarterbacks in the NFL. They are in the playoffs, and it's the Saints, New Orleans Saints, at home against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They season swept them. Can Tom Brady have a redemption? What's the line, Tito? And Guru, you're first.
Yep, the line is New Orleans -3.
That's a good line. Go ahead, Guru. Like Bobby Brown said, that's a good line.
We got two quarterbacks who competing with a combined age of almost 85 years old. It's going to be interesting, but I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to say Tampa Bay.
Tito.
I'm going to say New Orleans. Tampa Bay almost got beat by Washington.
New Orleans almost got beat by the Bears. We got Coach Nagy in the comments right now. Guru, I know if you go to YouTube, there's some guy named Matt Nagy in the comments. Matt Nagy almost beat the Saints last week. There's no way Tom Brady is being as Tom Brady, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, AB, Gronk. They're not dropping an open touchdown like old boy did last week. I got Tampa Bay, man. I don't know. To me, it's something about the teams playing hot in the playoffs. And New Orleans is a capable team. They have great players. Michael Thomas actually looked pretty good on his return. But I got Tampa Bay, man. I don't know if I want to see it, but I do want to see it. I want to see Tampa Bay versus. Dang, if Tampa Bay wins tomorrow, though, 'cause I kind of got Tampa Bay, and I'm kind of leaning towards the Rams winning. Do I want to see that in the NFC Championship game, though? Yep, we'll see it, because I don't know. It might be just the NFL is turning. Like, Jalen Ramsey, he's the first cornerback who got paid big money who's really showing out on it after getting paid. But anyway, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Tampa Bay has a good team. I want Tampa Bay to win. It's a good play. It's a good playoff weekend. I'm like sad right now because I just realized earlier in the show I said I had to be working on the video, and now I just know that I'm not gonna work on the video until like Sunday at 11 p.m. trying to cram it before Monday morning because I have to watch these games. Unless it's like a stinker like the New Orleans game, but the Nickelodeon broadcast, hey, that was amazing. But what else? Anything else?
Yeah, I just wanted to point out that Jalen Ramsey, in the matchup that he's going to have with Devontae
Adams.
Adams, he's only given up 309 yards on the season. So he's covering pretty good on a 16-game season. Only 309 yards. That is like
unheard of.
Yeah. So I look forward to that matchup between Jalen Ramsey and Devontae Adams in that matchup. So, yes, it will be exciting. That's all, yeah.
Yeah. Jalen Ramsey, he was playing pretty good. He played pretty good. Played pretty good against Seattle. You know what? I should go back to this now. I know the Seattle was down and they got the playoffs, but I'm glad they lost. I'm getting tired. Part of me, I'm sorry to say it, man. I just don't like when the NFL player, like all on the internet, man. DK Metcalf wearing all these crop tops, just not say attention, but I get it's a marketing thing, but
wearing what?
A crop top, like how you have his half top, like Ezekiel Elliott, the last dummy to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I hate all that
you don't
stuff.
like that?
Yeah, Russell Wilson on the internet dancing all the time. Like, dude, in the NFL, one thing about these players, especially come playoff time, they want people to take it serious. That's really why the Pittsburgh Steelers lost, man. All the dancing and antics, and not focus on the game, just trying to wash out the Browns. Like, these guys come to play, and all the teams that's left in the playoffs are the teams that come to play. Like, the Buffalo Bills, collar button down, blue collar team. Same with the Ravens. Same with the Chiefs, actually. The only antics you got a little bit is on the field when they scoring touchdowns, where you can do them, I feel like. The Browns, same thing. Business suit up. The Packers, the Rams, they don't talk much. Like, they have the best. Aaron Donald's the best defensive player we've seen in the last 5 years. Like, I know they trying to give it to J.J. Watt had a run, but Aaron Donald's run has been like deep in the playoffs. Like, he reached the Super Bowl, so that's like unheard of. But he doesn't bolt. He doesn't even do much. Like, he's like I don't know. These guys are highly marketable guys, but they stay focused on the game. And that's why I like the people who respect the NFL, not like do everything they say, but who come to work and really focus on their work and their job and being the best at their job. I respect that, man. I'm glad all these playoff teams. This is actually my favorite day, my favorite playoff weekend, because you kind of see like the all series teams going at it. And then next week, championship games, but that's it. Anything else, Tito?
No. As always, I just want to say thanks for you guys, for both of you guys being able to jump on, pause, do the show. Thanks to the watchers. As always, everybody stay safe out there.
Well, we got Jose in the comments. He says, "Let them dance. Their job is to catch football. It's not that serious." It's not that serious, but I don't know. It's something about it, man. Being just the older type of cats that we are, I don't know. Some part of that you don't. It's taking you off. If your brain is to go dance at this certain time of the game and before the game, pre-game or whatever, that's a premeditated thought that's getting your game off, just getting your mind off the game. So I would, I like to, submerge myself. Like when people at work, you can kind of play on your break time or when you do something, but I don't know. NFL, to me, another grown man is trying to ram his face, trying to find motivation to hurt you. And you kind of give them extra, you add, gasoline to the fire. So, but anyway, Jose, thanks for watching. Matt Nagy's in here. Everybody else, if y'all can do, who's ever still here, if you could do me a favor and give us a thumbs up, that'd be great. We'll be back next week for AFC Championship game and NFC Championship game picks. Guru, my man on my left, right, whatever. Guru, Tito. Good show, fellas.